Welcome back, everyone. Um, Today we'll be talking about conditional if statements, or should I say, let's start with conditional statements. Now, what are conditional statements? Conditional statements are basically those statements that helps us to make decisions, right? That if, for example, it is raining today, I have to take the umbrella out. What does that mean? I've set a condition that, okay, if it's raining, take the umbrella out. You understand? It makes us make decision based on a particular condition. Now, in Python, basically, we have three conditional statements, or should I say, basically, we have three conditional statements. We have the if, we have the elif, and we have the what? The if else statement. So, but in this video, I'll start by tackling the first type of conditional statement, which is what? The if statement. And I'll start this by actually giving us the general syntax for conditional statements. So let's start by creating a file. So let's create a file called, let's create a file called what? If statements.py. Now, I'll start by giving us the general, what's the name? The general syntax or the general structure for a conditional statement. I can say if, then the condition, sorry about that. I can say if, then condition, with a colon, then I can put what? My statement. Now, let me explain what is on the screen. Now, now, from what we have on the screen here, we have our if statement. Let me go to appearance. Let me do full screen. And good. Now, from what we have on the screen, this if is what is a keyword. Remember what we said keywords are in Python, right? Now, this keyword, that is what Python wants us to do when we want to create an if statement. Is that also? Now, this condition is what would evaluate to true or to false. Do you understand? Now, let me give a very simple instance. Now, I'll give this 2 greater than 3 or 3 greater than 2. Now, the first one is a condition because it evaluates towards to true. Remember, we spoke about different type of operators. Now, this is what kind of operator is this? This is a conditional what operator. Now, if you look at this, we have the comparison operator. We are trying to compare two values together. Is that also? That's 2 or 3. Now, this would evaluate to what? Because the result of this would be what? If 2 is 2 greater than 3, which is what? Which is false. So the result of this would be what? Would be false. Is that not so? And this would be what? The result of this would be what? Would be true. Now let me explain that. Now, conditional statements only evaluate true. If statements only evaluate what? True statements. Because this is false. What do we expect here? This would be false. Is that not so? And this would not be printed. But because this is true, again, because this is true, whatever we have here would be rendered or would be printed, or not just printed because it could be a range of words of statements. It would be executed. Let me say. Now let's go through the code that will help us with that. Remember, we said to create a conditional statement or an if statement, the first thing we need is what? The if keyword. After that, we create a condition. So let me say 3 is greater than what? 3 is greater than 2. Now, remember the semicolon. Always remember that colon, I mean, not semicolon. Remember the colon. Then after that, now you see we have an indentation here. Now, because this is now a block of code, do you understand? You see it here. If I collapse this, it means everything under this would be what? Under this if statement. Then I can say print today is a good day. Now, if I try to run this code and do Python, I can do Python if underscore statements dot py. Is that not okay? Statements dot py. Now you see. It's printing this is a good day. Now let's try to reverse this equation. Let's say this is 2, or let's try to reverse this expression. I mean, now 2 and 3. Is this true? Because this is not true, what do we expect to happen? Let's do this. You see, nothing is printed because we said this will only evaluate to what? To true. Because it's evaluating false now. What happened? This is what is being skipped. Now, let me show you something more interesting. Now, um, let me print this, and I can say tomorrow will be a better day. Now let's try to see this together. Before I run the code, you can try it on your end, trying to see what the result will be, and you can comment the answer somewhere in the comment section. Now, with this, what would happen? Now, because this is false, we remember that this will skip, right? And remember that everything under this if statement would be skipped. So if I have print my name, see, this would also be skipped. But this print statement on line 11 is not under this block of code. So what do we expect? We might expect that, oh, it won't be printed also, but no, because it's on the same indentation as what? As this if statement is going to be what? Is going to be printed. So let's try to run this code. If I run this code now, what do we expect? What do we expect? This will be what? Tomorrow will be what? A better day. Now, let's try to use what? The reverse. Let's say this is 3 and this is what? This is 2. So what do we expect? We expect that everything under the if statement will be printed, including what is on line 11, right? That is it. So this is as simple as how we can call it. Conditional statements are very useful when we're making what? Again, they are useful when making decisions in what? In programming generally, not just Python, not just Java or whatsoever language you are using, but any programming language you are using, we use conditional statement to pick between two different variables or to make what? Decisions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Try to comment, like the video, and in case you want to ask any question, you can comment in the comment section and I'll reply to you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.